Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. This is the new 1.3 TCE 130 engine. Now it doesn't produce 130 horsepower as I had thought it would, but let's look at the working of this motor. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Meanwhile, you can see it here as well. Anyways, this engine has come to the Duster because the Duster has dropped diesel power in lieu of turbo petrol power. Why? Because the diesel engines are not going to meet BS6 emission norms. So what Renault has decided is to offer a turbo petrol engine. Now it looks the same as other Dusters. This is finished in Caspian blue and it gets these red accents here above the fog light and of course on the grille as well. But that's not all. To tell you that this is actually powered by a turbo petrol engine, Renault has also finished this in red around the logo on the alloy wheels. I was going to say wheel caps, but these are alloy wheels. Everything else remains the same on this vehicle, but you have to know which car it is. That's why there's Duster written on the roof rails. Everything else remains more or less the same on the car. Actually, it remains the same, but you get the Duster badging proudly engraved behind in red and turbo written at the rear, Xtronic, because this is a CVT. Now, this is a 1.3 liter turbo petrol engine which produces 156 horsepower, 156 horsepower. That's decent amount of grunt. Meanwhile, the torque output happens to be 250 Newton meters of torque. All this is obviously going to boost the performance of the Duster because the 1.5 liter petrol engine, which is naturally aspirated, that really doesn't offer much performance as such. And when the diesel is out, you need something which can perform well. So the torque output of 250 Newton meters actually matches the diesel. Meanwhile, the power output of 156 horsepower definitely is much more than the diesel, which produces 110 horsepower or 85 horsepower depending on the engine option you opt for. So the diesel is gone, but the turbo petrol is in. The interior looks the same. There you see the gear lever, the CVT. Now I can tell you that the performance would be good, but the CVT has a rubber band effect, which is not going to be that great. Let's open the hood to see this engine in action. No, not really in action. We've already seen the engine in action right there. Just going to see the engine. So you know what? I don't exactly remember from where it opens. Yeah, I've found it. Yeah, we've opened it. Hydraulic struts. The motor should have got a nice covering with turbo petrol written in red, because red seems to be the theme everywhere. Renault Nissan is written on the battery. So this is of course the Renault Duster turbo petrol. Now the pricing would be similar to the diesel, so you guys tell me whether you would buy it. Obviously the mileage, the fuel economy would be lesser. There's the capture, which we didn't see when we did a walk around. The capture is identical to the one on sale, so there's nothing different there. Meanwhile, there's this accessories zone and the concept car we saw, the race car. That's about it. So I think it's a big gamble for Renault to discontinue diesel. Getting turbo petrol, although they're late to the party, they still managed to get a turbo petrol finally. A lot of brands have been doing turbo petrol since a real long time. But the problem here is mainly that this segment is very diesel dominated. At least Kia and Hyundai are offering diesel engines. Ford is offering diesel engines. XUV3 and 00 is continuing with a diesel engine in BS6 as well. So the Duster dropping it is coming as a bit of a downer, because Duster is actually one of the top sellers for Renault, other than the Quid of course, which has a lot, and the Tribe is also selling. So let's see whether sales increase or they stagnate or they decrease with this update, the dropping of diesel engine. My personal opinion is that diesel should not be discontinued because the fuel economy, the range and the torque offered by diesel engine is just unmatched. So if you like this video, you know what you have to do. Give it a thumbs up. That's a like button. I will see you guys in the next video real soon. Bye bye.